being mindful that our children are children, and this is an important, education is critical, right? If you deny a kid an educational opportunity, you can deny them almost any other kind of opportunity. So this has been the historic step to help folks get on the ladder towards upward mobility. And so, we have to protect our schools. We have to, especially here in Detroit, I mean, we've been without clear leadership in our public school system for a couple decades now. I can't remember who the last steady superintendent was. And so when you don't have leadership, you don't have vision, you don't have strategy, you don't create that high performance culture. There's a proverb that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. And I think we are seeing the results of that. So I feel like, as a community, we really need an education agenda, and what education should look like here, and coming alongside the new school board, and being very watchful as they select a superintendent and all those things, and really get a vision ourselves of what this thing needs to look like, and working alongside. Don't just be one of those critics that's on the outside, but again, taking kids under your wing, and being there to come along kids and families, but also participating in developing what this educational landscape and agenda should look like.
Thank you.
As a young man growing up, we use this expression, selling wolf tickets. Sometimes we sell a lot of wolf tickets. I want to go back and throw onto you what Nelson Mandela said. We got to understand we can be angry. We got to get involved and direct that anger towards helping our children. I've seen too many young men in particular go into prison and become better crooks. That's not helping us. It's not helping us. We have to nurture, protect, educate those children, and hold everybody responsible, not just us, but everybody responsible for helping our children. If we can do that, we can turn this around. I mean, I have seen too many young people die. I get emotional because I've seen this. Hundreds and hundreds of young children lose their lives because of people who don't care. And as responsible people, we have to do something about it. If we sit back and just do nothing, it's going to continue. For me, it's been since 1965 as a young police officer. And I've heard people, countless people say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but they don't do it. So from this day forward, take this passion that you have and grow with it. With your children, your family, your nieces, your nephews, your students. Listen to them, talk to them, and try and have an impact on their lives so that when they are our age, that they've turned this around. And as Mark Fancher said, when this city turns around, they can be an active part of that, not someplace else. You've got to do that. We've got to do that. And then we can have an impact, a true impact upon young people in our community. I'm sorry I get emotional about this, but this is my life.
Definitely understandable, definitely.
This is a purely personal note. I'm not speaking on behalf of ACLU or anything else, but just for me. And, in the work that I do, some of the worst abuses, particularly of Black people, come across my desk. Horrible things. And people ask me sometimes, how do you avoid getting demoralized? How do you avoid getting depressed? How do you keep going with this kind of thing? And I am absolutely convinced that Black people in particular are not cursed, but they're favored by God. Yeah. They're infinitely blessed because you can't find a population anywhere on this planet that has undergone as much abuse in as much punishment so consistently, and it's been so focused, designed to destroy, absolutely destroy, and it has never worked. You know, people have frequently thought that slavery ruined us, it caused the dysfunction in our communities. Slavery was horrible, but it didn't. If you really know your history, you know that immediately after slavery, these people emerged and they established enterprises, they took over legislatures, they were in the US Senate, they were in the US Congress, they became judges, they became doctors, they became lots of things. There is no population which has had a literacy rate like black people immediately after slavery. Nobody. Favored by God. Even in the aftermath of it, when they recognized the genius of these people and they came after them with such ferocity, they continued to rise. No matter what the amount of suffering, they continue to rise, and people don't understand it. They look around and then all of a sudden they're in the White House. How does this happen? They're favored by God. And so it is not that God does not love us, but he recognizes that there is redemption in suffering. And we've been given a great mission, a mission to redeem humanity. And we have to be proud and honored to have been blessed with this opportunity. So don't get demoralized or depressed about the suffering that we experience. This is part of a process of redemption. It is a process that we're going through because we're uniquely qualified to deal with it. We're uniquely qualified to rise above it and to show the rest of the world the way. So be proud of who you are, be proud of your mission, and take it on with great enthusiasm and great pride, because nobody can do what you can do.